So how do you productize yourself as one person? In this video, I'm gonna share with you not only the streams of income that come through by just being me, but also how you can build your own one-person business model. Keep watching. I knew I had made a mistake when I got on the phone with a potential client and we got to the end of the call and she asked me, "So tell me more about you." And I remember thinking, but wait, you booked the call with me. You don't already know who I am? This was way before I had systems in place. This was really at the start of my coaching business and it didn't feel good. I felt like I had to sell myself. So not only was I selling my services on that call, I was also selling myself. And after that call, I made a decision to say, this will never happen again. But in order to get past that, I had to learn that mistake. I had to learn that that was a mistake of personal branding. Because she didn't know who I was, she questioned, am I able to provide her results? She questioned, am I just gonna run off with the money and not actually even deliver anything? She questioned, do I know what I'm doing? And am I the one to help her? And that's because I didn't have much of a personal brand. So from that moment, I decided to start building a personal brand. And I did that so I could sell coaching, but I was actually able to sell more than just coaching. So the reason that this is one of the worst personal branding mistakes is if somebody asks you, why should I buy from you versus buying from someone else? That means that they are coming to you as if you are a commodity. So if you're not familiar with the word commodity, let me explain it to you. You probably know what orange juice is, right? Okay, this is the easiest way to explain it. One of my favorite movies is Trading Places. So if you've never seen it and you really want to dive deep on a commodity from like a financial perspective.
We are here to try to explain to you what it is we do here.
We are commodities brokers, William.
Definitely go watch that movie. Eddie Murphy's hilarious. It's a great movie. But since we don't have time for you to click off this video and go watch it, I'm gonna explain to you what a commodity is by using the example of orange juice. Orange juice is generally the same. If you buy a gallon of orange juice from the store, it's almost the same as the store brand from another store. Commodity is easily interchangeable. An orange is an orange is an orange. So oranges are commodities. Cotton is also a commodity. Oil is a commodity. A commodity is something that can be easily exchanged one for the other. So when we're thinking about that for ourselves, like how do you make sure that you are not a commodity? Well, by having a personal brand. When you have a personal brand, there's no other LaTishas out there. There might be someone with the name LaTisha, there's no other LaTisha Styles. There might be someone else with the name LaTisha Styles, there's nobody else with the name LaTisha Styles who also posts on YouTube. There might be someone with the name LaTisha Styles who posts on YouTube, but there's no one that is also a fitness model. So you start like layering one on top of the other and top of the other, and you recognize that you have a personal brand. And personal brand is more than just your name. It's more than just your brand colors. It's more than just what you do and who you are. It's also your message, but more on that a little bit later. So when I decided that I wanted to build a personal brand, I decided to get more serious on YouTube. And I wanted people to recognize who I was and understand what I can deliver without me having to explain it over the phone to them once we get to the sales call. And me doing that actually led to me being picked up for a brand opportunity with PNC Bank. They flew me to New York, did hair, makeup, gave me a hotel for the night to stay in, which was like a really nice hotel. And I got a chance to record videos for them. That whole process came as a result of me choosing to develop a personal brand and to get on YouTube. Now, I've been getting more brand deals lately, and this is because I'm getting much more clear in my current personal brand. In the past, it was a little bit more focused on finance. I had a personal finance blog, and now it's a lot more holistic. So if you would like for me to create a video talking more about like personal branding from a lifestyle perspective and actually how I get brand deals, definitely comment below, let me know, because I'll have to plan that out. And maybe I can bring my brand manager in as well, and he can kind of talk about some of those things. I just realized I haven't introduced myself. Welcome, hello, my name is LaTisha, and on this channel, I share personal branding tips so that you can make more sales and attract your dream client. So if that's what you want to see more of, make sure you subscribe, like this video as well. And the truth is that many of my coaching clients come from YouTube, not because I create videos that say, hey, come sign up with me for a coaching program, but because they're attracted to my personal brand. They get to know me, they get to ideally like me, and they get to trust me because I'm being consistent with the content. I'm providing the 3 main pieces of content that you need as a personal brand. If you don't know what those are, watch the last video where I talk about, can you still make money as a coach? But that's why they are signing up and why they're coming to me. And often when I ask, how did you find me? They're like, oh, I found you on YouTube. And this is because video creates a much stronger connection. It's a great way to get visible. But what I find is that many business owners don't know what to say. They don't know where to start. And that kind of prevents them from even taking action. So for that reason, I've created a Be More Visible Bootcamp. It's a 5-day bootcamp, and we're gonna help you to speak your message, build your personal brand, do all of the things, help you get visibility and make more sales inside of this 5-day bootcamp. The reason this is so important to me, because did you know that on YouTube, viewers are watching 1 billion hours of video per day? If you could get 1 billion eyeballs on what you're doing, do you think you'd make more sales? You don't need all billion eyeballs. As you can see from my channel, I actually don't have a whole lot of subscribers. I actually don't have a whole lot of views on the videos that I create, but I have very targeted views, and I know what to say in order to build that know, like, and trust factor. And that's what I'm gonna be sharing during the Be More Visible Bootcamp. So during this 5-day bootcamp, we're gonna be talking about how to maximize your visibility, how visibility turns into sales, and the visibility strategy system that you can implement in your business today. So if you really wanna get visible and attract your dream clients, and you're okay with using YouTube or video in order to do that, then click the link. I'll leave it in the description. So what's the one-person business model? Well, I wanna share with you 3 ways that you can become popular and paid. The reason that this comes to mind is I think about the "You Can't Sit With Us" video. Do you remember the movie Mean Girls, where they were like, you can't sit with us, and on Wednesdays we wear pink. Okay, I'm wearing pink, right? But the idea here is that if you wanna become popular and paid, instead of just popular, because there are a lot of influencers who have built a personal brand, but their personal brand is only based on popularity and it's based on numbers, but they're not actually getting paid. And so the first thing that you have to do is you have to be your own queen, really, right? Like, stop trying to fit in. It's time for you to assume the throne, right? So if you're the queen, if you're in charge of your empire, then you're not doing more consuming than you are creating. Why are you spending all day on social media scrolling when none of those people are paying you? So I use social media as a way to get in, post what I need to post, engage what I need to engage, and then get off. If I find myself scrolling, then I'm losing the game. So if I'm the queen and I am in charge of my empire, I shouldn't be following and spending all day scrolling. Now, I'm not saying that I don't use social media to, like, connect with people and create better connections. All I'm saying is that you have to pay attention to the time that you're using on there. Are you being a consumer or are you being a creator? If you're being a creator, that means you create. If you're being a consumer, that means that you are spending time. You are consuming. But if you're creating, you have the ability to create whatever you desire. So that's kind of like the first step of being popular and paid. Second step is to be everywhere. This is either by liking, commenting, connecting, or with my favorite is an engagement ad. An engagement ad is as easy as clicking boost post or promote post. And what that looks like is it's an ad that doesn't look like an ad. It really looks like a native post, but it speaks to who you are and why people should be interested in what you're doing. And it's like a regular post. So it's kind of difficult to explain, but if you want a video where I actually go through the entire thing, let me know. I'd be happy to break it down in a video. But that's the second thing you need in order to become popular and paid. And the third thing that you need in order to become popular and paid is you got to sell something. So if you want to become paid, you got to sell. So our first step is getting confident in who you are, assuming the throne, doing more creating than you do consuming. The second thing is making sure you're actually engaging either by liking, commenting, or creating some sort of engagement ad. And then the third is actually sell something. So you have to have something to sell. Don't be afraid to make a sale or tell your followers, hey, this is what I'm selling. This is what I'm offering right now. Because when you learn how to sell really well, you'll actually get even more brand deals. Why? Because brands understand, if I know how to make a sale and I know how to speak about something without it feeling salesy, it's gonna be so much more natural when I say, hey, this is a software that I use, or hey, this is, what I've been using to, to get my water in, which you guys have seen me use this often. I don't have a brand deal with Clean Canteen, but if I did, that would be a perfect, segue to put in it. Okay, now let me cover what you came here for, which is the 5 ways that I make income as a brand. So the first is with brand partnerships. This is actually not that big of a percentage. It's around 5%. I see them as like corporate contracts. It's like icing on the cake. It's really nice when they come in. And this is about 5% of how I make my money as a personal brand. And you might be thinking like, wow, I really thought that she would be making more from brand deals. But the reason that I don't make as much is, number one, my business focus is not brand deals. And secondly, I make more money through coaching, courses, and consulting. So the second way that I make money as a brand is through one-on-one coaching or consulting. So this is when I offer some sort of done for you service, or I'm working really closely with a client one-on-one in order to help them to achieve an outcome. That's about 25% of my revenue. Then the next area is from courses and group coaching. So this is about 53% of my revenue. This is exactly how I love to have my business set up, because it's really nice to, you're laying down and you get a payment notification and you don't have to deliver anything else. You've already delivered it. You've already created the content. If you'd like some more help with that, I'm going to recommend that you join our digital course creators and coaches community. You can go to LaTishaStyles.com/community or click the link that's in the description. Definitely join us in there, because it's all about helping you create a digital product empire. So definitely would love having you in the group. The last 2 are launch partnerships. Launch partnerships are about a 5% piece of the way that I make money as a brand. And this is just simply working with clients who are like, hey, I would like your help with doing this. We do like a smaller fee up front, and then we split the launch proceeds. And I really love doing launch partnerships because it gives me an opportunity to really like dive deep into what the client is doing, whether they're launching a course or coaching, and really kind of like be in control of most of the process. So I really love doing that. And then my final and 5th way that I make money as a brand is through affiliate and ad sales. So this is like income that's coming in from making YouTube videos. When I share products and software and say, hey, go sign up. If you sign up, I get a commission. That's about 12% of my revenue. So how does this all work? How do you really build a one-person business, a single person brand? I mean, I do have contractors, I have people who help me, but essentially most of the stuff I'm doing on my own. And the reason that this works so well is because I have 2 main assets. The first is an email list, and the second is a text message list. Now, I know that many people, when they think of personal brands, they're like, oh, I need to grow my Instagram, or oh, I need to grow my YouTube. But the truth is, you don't own either of those platforms. You don't own any of these platforms. Facebook could shut down tomorrow. Clubhouse could die. It might have already died. TikTok could go away. So you have to have your own asset. As a personal brand, your assets are email list, text message list, anything that creates a notification. So if it doesn't create a notification, it does not count, and it has to come directly to them. So, and it can be a platform that you don't own. If for some reason my email list provider went away, I could download my email list and upload them to another email server. And I actually have a backup. So just in case for some reason the software just fully goes away, I also have backups on everything. I have them in multiple locations, and because these are my assets. So when I'm ready to send an email to say, hey, I'm hosting a retreat, I can email it directly to my list. When I want to say, hey, I'm doing a flash sale, I can text that out to my list and immediately see sales coming in. These are the 2 things that you need. If you take nothing else away from this video, understand that as a personal brand, you are going to need at least these 2 assets. But the next question usually comes in is like, okay, well, how do I build these assets? So I actually use YouTube in order to build my email list. Yes, YouTube does come back into it. And I use what I call the cluster strategy. If you want to see how I did it, because this video is getting a little bit long, then you want to watch this video all about the 4 YouTube growth hacks that I use, and I'll explain the entire cluster strategy. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.